if you're a woman, you're fat or you're a polyamorous lesbian. And if you're a man, you're either all caught up in your work or you have no friends and only talk to your wife.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, yeah. It's 2020 now.
Yeah, it's been one hell of a decade. And, yeah, now we're here.
Yeah.
Huh.
Did we have a quiz?
No, but we probably could have
We can just skip
skipped
it.
one of those things where we just look up. Which year are you? On BuzzFeed. New Year's tech quiz. New Year's quiz. IQ test. No. Pub quizzes. Oh, this. Oh my god.
Oh, it's pretty unrelated, but I did come across a what was it? Which London neighborhood are you? Quiz.
Which borough? Yeah. That sounds great. That's
Not really related to New Year's.
Yeah. Maybe I could do some trivia questions off the top of my head. No, I'm not gonna go to page 2. Images. Never mind. Let's not go to images. New Year's Eve party quizzes. Printable New Year's quiz sheets. Children's smell quiz. You know what? It's quite a weird holiday to quiz for.
I think we could do a personality quiz.
New Year's personality quiz. Not buy toys at amazon.co.uk. What New Year's resolution? Okay. This is... well, this looks terrible. So, yeah, let's do it.
What is it?
What should your New Year's resolution be?
Oh boy, just what I always wanted, a website to tell me.
To tell you what you're doing wrong in life. Okay. It's also one of those websites where you're scared to click on it, like, just randomly, because you're scared you're going to open a web page to an advert that hasn't loaded yet.
Alright. Yeah.
Cool. Question 1. What do you expect you'll do on New Year's Eve? Squeeze into a party outfit and feel miserable? Nothing. I'm flat broke. As long as I do something with my friends as family, I'm good. The same boring thing I do every New Year's, I guess. Well, I mean, this year I am spending it with family, so I suppose it would be the third option.
I'm gonna go with nothing, I'm flat broke.
Yeah, whoopsies, hang on, I need to do some mild rearranging of my desktop. There you go. Okay, cool, there we go. Cool, I'm gonna go, as long as it's something with family, you have to click, you can't just click the thing. Number 2. What do you most enjoy about the holiday season? Getting gifts, the traditions, my guilty pleasure, yummy food, finally getting to see my family, choosing my New Year's resolution. Maybe getting gift? Oh, no, not getting gifts, sorry.
You can tell, like, the questions are probing for, like, are you overweight? Do you need to, like, set your resolution to lose weight?
Or do you hate your family? Well, I guess it's either the traditions or family. I'll go family again. Should I have you gone for? Oh, actually.
I think you're gonna go with getting gifts. I don't feel like that really
fair enough. It's
is a fair assessment, but just between these choices,
yeah.
I feel like they're all trying to imply something.
Also, it's quite nice because at my age, no one buys you presents because they don't know what you want, so they just get you money.
Mm-hmm.
So every Christmas, birthday, and sometimes Easter, it's just my payday.
Right, yeah.
With no tax.
That is a good gift.
Yeah. What do you dislike most about the holiday season? That I'll probably gain £10? Well, man, your family must be really stingy if they're only giving you £10. I just sent $700 Renos on gifts. The stress of dealing with relatives. It's the same thing every year. Trying to keep my New Year's resolutions. Is this one that has 5? I guess none of these? Really? I guess because some relatives do live a bit away, it is kind of stressful to go up to them, but like...
Yeah, like I'm
I mean, I'd say it's more just an ordeal rather than
right.
A stress. Not
between
even
like
just,
dealing with
like-
relatives and keeping my New Year's resolutions, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't really like any of these. I guess I'll go with the
Hmm.
relatives.
Yeah, I'll do relatives as well because I'm gonna do that one at a stretch. Okay, number 4. You bump into an old friend you haven't seen in ages, but you're embarrassed because you've gained weight since you last saw her. Right. You're too broke to take her out for a drink to catch up. You've been horrible about keeping in touch with her over the years. You don't have anything new going on in your life. Hang on, what is quizrocket.com? Okay.
Were you checking to see if this website was like some weight loss thing?
Right, I like Weight Watchers or something. Or like
I think it's just one of the most common New Year's resolutions. Like,
yeah, or I was thinking as well if it was like a woman's website just because of the focus on
it seems like
weight
it's kind of
and
like implying.
yeah, it's nothing to do with that. Okay, I mean I probably just you've been horrible about keeping in touch with them because it's an old friend you haven't seen in a while, so that's the assumed thing. The thing is, at my age, most of like my old friends, we didn't have email back or like any form of communication when we were like 8-year-olds or they left on like bad terms.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
I guess I'm between like horrible about keeping in touch and like don't have anything new going on. Probably one of those two.
Yeah, I mean I have to feel like it's like well my life's just been lifing, but yeah I'll do you've been horrible about keeping in touch with her over the years.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for the same one.
Number 5. Men and women make New Year's resolutions for different reasons, but which one of these best describes you?
Do men and women make New Year's resolutions for different reasons? That seems like quite the assumption, Quiz Rocket.
Yeah. As a woman, everyone expects me to be fit and attractive, and have a charming past. As a man, it's hard to find balance between my job and my home life. I am... Well,
Boo.
yeah. Imagine being employed, am I right? I am a woman, and all my girlfriends want to know what my New Year's resolutions will be. I am a man, and the only person who asks about my...
What polyamorous lesbian is taking this quiz?
I mean, at a stretch, I suppose the last one. Because people, I know people ask. I guess I'm just gonna do the last one.
Yeah.
Like, it's not specifically my wife/girlfriend. Which,
It's just
I
such a
guess
bad...
just replace wife/girlfriend with people in general.
I don't want to link to this website because it's just gonna give them ad revenue.
Right. They have so many ads. Also, why do they have a Target ad?
Oh yeah, I had that one too.
Did you get a Trump one earlier?
Maybe.
Okay, so I thought it was weird because they were targeted ads, but no, these are... Should I buy a fidget spinner? Okay, you know what, this is not
Yeah,
really
I have the
ads.
fidget spinner thing too. I don't see a Trump one, but I do have a
What
Twilight
tough job are you cut for?
thing.
Click here.
Looks like a
No.
terrible web game version of Twilight. Anyways, enough about the advertisements, although they are almost more interesting than the quiz itself.
Let's click continue.
Oh, there's more questions?
Wait, hold on. I hit continue and it sent me back.
I just refreshed the page and it got rid of all the answers.
Okay, I'm just gonna refresh. Or go back to the previous page.
Excuse
So
me,
I
what?
filled in all. So I filled in all the questions, and then I click continue, and then everything I've done has disappeared.
Let me fill in my answers again.
Yep. So I guess we'll never know. They just. I think they just bought They just got clicks from us, and that's all they wanted. Oh, it's loading. For some reason, it's taking a lot of stress on their servers at chriswebsite.com. Like 8 people like this. Sign up to no. Okay, let's go to this website's homepage. Oh, celebrity quizzes, love quizzes, sexy quizzes. Man, this is horrific.
Well, I think we've all learned a valuable lesson here, and
This is such a terrible website. Oh my
it's
god, I
that
feel like
you gotta... A New Year's resolution is something you gotta choose for yourself. You can't just take
Yeah.
some quiz. It's gonna ask if you're fat, and then be blatantly sexist. That's not,
And-
that's the easy way out. You
But
gotta-
I mean, to be fair, it was rather diverse in pushing including a polyamorous lesbian.
Right. The last question really hit on the head there. It was like, if you're a woman, you're fat, or you're a polyamorous lesbian. And if you're a man, you're either all caught up in your work, or you have no friends and only talk to your wife. And those are your options in life. And that's what this New Year's quiz is here to tell you.
So in summary, my New Year's resolution is to plan quizzes in advance.
Yeah, we really should. We should plan these more. Honestly, if we put a little more work into it, we could just make our own quiz site, run a bunch of ads on the sides of it, and at least it would link you to an answer.
At least we would get money.
Yeah. Then we wouldn't be supporting someone else's website that doesn't even...
I swear, if you used today's sponsor. No. Squarespace. You know what would be even easier? We could just, like, I don't know, do a game of Kahoot.
Kahoot. I've not really played Kahoot.
Huh. Yeah, that's good.
Maybe
I've played it a couple
once.
times.
I think that's a thing they started doing in schools just as I was getting out of school.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I hear about it all the time.
One time they did it in a church. That was quite interesting.
It's like a quiz thing, right? Where you
Yeah.
you log on and do the thing.
Yeah, you type. It's a bit like Jack
Jackbox.
Jack
games.
in the Box, and it's like really incredibly basic form.
Right.
It's like taking the rawest concept.
Yeah, it's somewhere between like a Jackbox game and a Quizlet.
Right.
It's my understanding of it, anyways.
Also, Quizlet's pretty good.
Quizlet is pretty good.
I haven't used it that much, but I have used it occasionally to revise stuff.
Oh.
So, any follow up?
Yeah. So I had this one minor piece of follow up.
Uh-huh.
So I was watching a YouTube video, like you do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, YouTube, this website that is brought to you by Google. And
yeah.
I got this advertisement on the video.
Advertisement.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
like you do when you don't have an ad blocker.
Was it the people shouting at Doom, or was it the loud guitar music playing over the crew too?
No, it was a Stadia ad.
Obviously, but yeah, there's the two main Stadia adverts, which are where they blatantly just like rip footage from promotional YouTube videos.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I
There's one.
I didn't get that reference because the ad didn't load.
Oh.
It loaded the logo and then it just was on the screen forever.
Man, this is a really interesting advertising strategy.
Which is just, it's not really what you want to see from your company that is trying to sell you a
Pushing
cloud-based
streaming
gaming.
services. Right.
Don't worry, we're like render your games on the cloud, but we can't load this advertisement.
Well, shucks.
It just felt ironic and worthy of mentioning.
Yeah. I haven't actually got. I mean, in the end, I never actually got Stadia because I realized. I mean, it's cool, but like, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it still looks pretty cool, but it's like, maybe let the dust settle on it a little bit.
With the money I could have spent on the subscription for a year, I think I could have got enough money to build my own PC to run games.
Right.
So.
And then it would last longer than a year, probably.
Right. But, it's had an interesting launch. People seem to take it well, but, But yeah, we can get more into that type of stuff in the part where people actually stay to listen.
Yeah, so this was I think this was around the time when the Google servers were having some issues the other day.
Oh yeah, Discord was down as well.
Yeah, it broke Discord. Because somehow these things are connected.
They're probably using some of, I guess, Google server space.
Yeah, they probably just rent space because they're not as big a company. So that makes sense.
Yeah. Though they do have their own servers though, because sometimes they shut down and they're like, oh, we're trying to... You know what? Never mind. But yeah, I'm trying to think of any other follow-up, but...
Yeah, I guess the only follow-up we really have for New Year's is, I guess, New Year's resolution follow-up.
Yeah. We finished Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
We did do that.
So our main big read.
That was a success.
I mean, it hasn't properly kicked off reading for me.
Yeah.
I'm getting back into it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if I remember correctly, my goal I set for myself was 12 books, because I was like, yeah, I'll just do one a month. That'll be fine.
Oh boy.
I've done like 3, so
Cool to weigh that.
better than last year where I did 1, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
enough.
go ahead and renew that resolution.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Are there any other goals for the year you want to add on?
So there's ones that you could actually keep up with on the podcast. No, but I'll probably be just more productive with my personal projects.
Yeah.
Try to make more time for those.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah,
And
I'm having a hard time coming up with a specific goal, but just
yeah.
general productivity would be good.
I mean, one is less like I've got one which is less of a resolution, but it's just a thing to do, and I guess just get a job.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that I will match you on that one.
Right.
Another goal I guess I'll set here at the first of the year. I've got several projects that I kind of want to work on that I've been neglecting, but I will say I think I'd like to start at least one new podcast this year. So I'll go ahead and get that on record, so I'm sort of on the hook for that one.
Yeah.
Because I've been...
I mean, the best way to do that is to delete this episode and stop doing this podcast.
Right.
That's the only way you can get out of it now.
Yeah, exactly. I'll cut this part out. Or I'll leave this part in, and then I'll shut this podcast down. And then I'll start up another podcast with you under a different name. Thus completing the goal.
Yeah.
No, I have a specific idea in mind I've just been thinking about for a long time. So I'd like to actually push myself a little to try and do that. And I'm sure we'll talk about it later. In addition to this being a new year, it's also a new decade.
Yeah.
We've made it to the roaring 20s.
Yeah.
Or is that how that works? No. Wait. Yeah, it's very strange. Wait, this means I've lived in 4 different decades?
Yep.
So I'm 40. That's...
Yeah, I'm 30.
You're 30. Yeah, that's crazy. We're probably just gonna die soon.
Yeah.
You know? It's time for your midlife crisis.
I mean, we discussed this last episode. My midlife was age 14. Last episode? Try not to draw the curtain too much. I mean, whatever episode was the one I made the joke about. Yeah. The end of a decade.
Do you have any very broad decade goals?
What will I be? 20. So at the end of the next decade, I will be 25. So I don't know.
New decade resolution.
25. I mean, I'll try to think. I mean, a lot of people I know got married in their early 20s. I guess finish school and not suck. That'd be good. Don't die. That's what I normally go for.
That is a good. Yeah, when you're talking about such broad goals like a new decade resolution, I think don't die is probably a good shout.
Yeah, I don't know. Get a job. That still falls in within that window.
It's gonna be 2029, and you're gonna be like, oh man, I have to go complete my resolution. I have to get a job.
And then as soon as I walk out to get a job, I get hit by a bus.
No, wobbles.
And the credits roll, the sad music plays.
Sort of camera pans up to the sky.
Scar was actually the bus driver. Plot twist. Oh, back to I guess early ones. Maybe decade ones. I wonder actually it would be interesting to see how far the longevity of this of the podcast goes.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I wonder this time in 10 years if we're going to be looking back on this.
I think it's pretty likely I will be married 10 years from now. But I don't know if I have any goals other than that. I guess being more self-sufficient would be a good goal.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. What about?
Actually, I was just thinking of next year resolution. I guess it's vaguely well, yeah, it's to do with weight. I guess for me it would be not be so underweight.
Are you underweight as well? Have we talked about this?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, because I'm also.
I think we've talked about it in not in the podcast.
Maybe not on the podcast. Yeah, I'm also underweight. So it would have been really funny if that quiz was like, your resolution should be to lose weight.
And that's how eating disorders start, kids. No, it's maybe we should start the keto diet together. Wait, is that the one for bulking up? Maybe we should try the sumo diet. No, that's like 40,000 calories a day. But yeah,
I've heard good things about keto, but it's usually people who wanted to lose weight that get on it.
Yeah, right. I thought you were going to say people who wanted to be on keto.
Well, that too. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not the best at nutrition stuff, so.
If I put the exercise down, I just need to metabolize less. So drink more?
That could be another good goal. We're gonna check in on all these things in
by month
2021.
We should do a bi-weekly weigh-in.
Oh yeah.
But see who's gained the most pounds.
Yeah, next episode, you gotta ask me if I've read a book.
Right.
Really, by the time next episode comes out, I should have read 2.
I'm gonna see how my CV's coming along.
If you hear any like popping sounds, it's my wrist. I don't know why. It just keeps making that noise every time I move it. So, I'll probably try and edit those out. But listeners at home were wondering why I'm popping my knuckles. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm the one popping my knuckles. Scar's just got weird wrists.
I'm just decrepit.
I mean, I know joints or your tendons make popping noises when they slide over muscles, unless your carpals are.
Unless my
synovial fluid is bubbling.
My carpals are tunneled.
Yeah, your carpals have been tunneled. Yeah.
I was gonna say earlier, what would it be easier instead of making new decade resolutions? Would it be easier to make predictions?
Oh, what in our own?
Or just in anything. Well, because mostly I always think you were saying like, I wonder how long this podcast will last. Like, will this still be going 10 years from now?
Yeah.
But also like, will Discord even be around 10 years from now? Will it continue to exist as a platform? Like,
maybe it's gonna end up that me and Scar end up like sharing our own mega mansion together. Or I don't know. WhatsApp becomes the new universal standard for communications. I mean,
Apple buys Nintendo.
I'm gonna go for a very optimistic one, and the Queen becomes 100 years old.
Queen turns 100. Google buys Disney or something.
Yes. Disney buys Apple, who bought Nintendo. Then, the Google singularity has to come at some point.
I'm gonna put it out there.
Maybe we send people to Mars.
Team Fortress 3 comes out in 2023.
Ooh,
it's a surprise release.
Half-Life 3 comes out.
You gonna set a year for that?
That's looking more likely than ever.
You wanna set a year for Half-Life 3, or you wanna just say in the decade?
I'd say in the decade.
Okay. Because
we can get into other games later. What else? The FIFA series dies, hopefully. Armor 4, maybe. I don't know. I guess there's gonna be a lot of Minecraft updates. Maybe Minecraft 2 comes out. I suppose in 2029 we're gonna be looking back at us, thinking what idiots we were.
Probably. Most likely.
Most probably, yeah. Trying to think of anything else.
I think that's probably enough. Do you wanna jump headfirst into this less than fun section for a lot of people and get it over with, and then we can move on to more exciting stuff?
Yeah, sure. Politics.
Yay.
Yay. Oh boy. So as of recording, the general election results came in, I'm gonna say within the last week.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a strong Conservative majority.
We really shouldn't talk about something so timely on a episode that we're recording so far in advance, but
yeah, you know what?
There it is.
We're just gonna state the facts as they are. Conservative have a very, very strong majority.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have the biggest majority. That. Yeah, everyone kind of thought that Labour had it, or Labour would either undermine the majority in a sense.
Yeah.
But Conservative, it's like, I've got the exact numbers, but it's...
I guess I'll say this. I don't think... I mean, Boris Johnson's gotten what he wanted now, which is, like, more seats. And he has no excuses left for, like, not Brexiting, which is, like, his whole shtick. So if he, like, delays it further, I don't think that the next election would go in his favor.
Right.
But I guess enough people were, like, willing to give him this one of just, like, all right, now you have no excuses.
Yeah. Some interesting things. Green got a seat.
Is that, like, a smaller party?
Yeah, it's quite a small party.
Wait, is that, like, you said Green? Is that, like, the Green Party in the US?
Yes. So essentially, well, I'm not sure about the Green Party in the US, but they're more about environmental issues.
Right, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty similar.
There's also the Pirate Party, which is for freedom of information and stuff. And there's the Monster Raving Loony Party. It's been weird, though. I think Lib Dems... Oh, yeah, so actually Lib Dems did lose a seat to Green. It has been an interesting turnout, though. But yeah, they just... I think the people who wanted... people who've voted Tory, they just kind of want Brexit to be over with.
Right. And I guess in the theme of our predictions, do you think that the UK will leave the EU
I think
next year?
I think it's more likely now with the whole... the Conservative majority now, because before they couldn't agree on anything, but because like they might actually be able to get stuff done now, that there's a greater majority of people who will, because it's interesting the different kind of positions, because Conservatives just want to do Brexit. Labour, I think, wanted a second referendum, and I think Lib Dem just wanted to pull out completely.
Mm-hmm.
And also just the people who are in charge of either the government or the opposition, they just didn't like the Prime Minister. Like, people are like, oh, I would vote Labour, but it's just because of Corbyn, or I would have voted Conservative, but it's just because of Boris.
Right.
I think it's weird because definitely in the way the British system works, you're not really voting for them.
Yeah.
You're voting for your town's representative.
Right. That is kind of weird that it's like, you're supposed to be voting for your party in the British system, right? Basically.
Yeah, you're meant to be voting for your the person who you feel represents, who you want to represent your constituency, who just so happen to fall into parties because it's just easier to get stuff done if there's a large group of people who like agree.
Right.
Instead of having 1,630,000,030 independent parties.
Right.
Because then there would be several civil wars.
They would just have to have, like, their own little election to decide who gets to be Prime Minister, and that would be weird.
Well, yeah, it's normally... Because the Queen can appoint whoever she wants to be Prime Minister.
Mm-hmm.
She could appoint me, she could appoint... No, not you have to be a British citizen. She could appoint anyone. But she normally just goes for the person whose party has the majority.
Yeah.
Which is, of course, the 316 post line. But I think it's... I'm not saying it will happen in the next year, but it's just more likely it will happen in the next year, I think. Again, we're going to be looking back here when I've moved to America after the great tragedy. I can't say the word tragedy. I don't know why.
You just said it.
Tragedy? Tragedy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That word.
You said it in when you were saying, I can't say the word tragedy.
Tragedy, right. Sometimes I get the D and the G mixed up.
It's just funny you couldn't say it outside of the context of the sentence saying that you couldn't say it.
Yeah. Tragedy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, after the great big bad that happened after the Great Civil War. Or maybe I'll move to, like, Germany.
Maybe all the countries in the UK will break apart and then, like, float their way down, and then they can become states. I think that seems like the most likely outcome.
Right.
Just gotta work on those.
Two archipelagos that are very far away from America, that are owned by America.
Just gotta have some, like, man-made earthquakes to really get those land masses shifting.
Oh, and of course this is all assuming we're not killed in a nuclear war.
Well, yes, all of our predictions, like Team Fortress 3 coming out in 2023 is, of course, assuming we're not killed in a nuclear war.
Or, of course, Valve buying everything. Though it would be cool if Valve became the gaming singularity. Well, not really, but as in, there just needs to be Oh, actually, again, probably in the next decade, there will be a online gaming service like Steam or Epic Launcher that just takes everything by storm and does everything really well, and that becomes the predominant thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's just going to be something that, like a new hardware or something that comes up that just completely changes the way we communicate online.
Oh, speaking of, have you seen the new Xbox?
Oh, yes, the one where they basically built a computer.
Xbox
Series X.
Series X.
Doesn't really roll off the tongue.
No, it's living up to the confusing name structure, though.
We can get into that now. That's a hot sec.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's not much to say about Brexit. Just
Yeah.
big conservative win in that election, and we'll see what happens. 2020 could be the year of the Brexit. I mean, it's been going on for 3 years now.
It would be funny if the end deal was on the 26th of July. 26th of June. 23rd? 26th.
Like the anniversary.
Yeah, the anniversary of the referendum. So yeah, you seem to be talking all about movies. Oh, actually, one thing I kind of forgot to mention in the Christmas episode, but it's kind of semi-relevant, is that there's gonna be a Tiger That Came for Tea animation over here, which is gonna be cool.
I don't know what that is.
Or was cool and was really great, and you should go see it. So, Tiger Came for Tea is a children's storybook that, I say most, but a lot of kids, like it's, do you have it in a bookstore where like they all have like an entire section dedicated to that book?
Yeah.
I think yesterday I was in a bookstore and I kind of decided to wander into the children's section, and it's quite nice. Like I recognised loads of the books there. There was just an entire section dedicated to The Tiger That Came for Tea. I guess a brief synopsis is that, well, this mother and this girl and her daughter are getting supper ready, and then a tiger comes, and then the tiger comes in and just eats everything. Like, he drinks all the bathwater, or he drinks the entire pot of tea.
Mm.
But yeah, they're making an animation of that this year.
That's pretty cool.
But that was just a small aside.
Like, is it going to be like a feature-length movie, like the?
I'm not sure. It might be just be a short, but
Okay, that makes more sense. I wish people would do shorts more. Like, for a little while there, they got on like a tear of just doing children's books as like feature-length movies, and it was kind of weird. Like, there's the Polar Express and Where the Wild Things Are, and we're just like a handful of them that were just probably not long enough to be. Although Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs actually came out all right, I think.
Yeah.
But they definitely added a lot to it.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like other. I guess The Snowman. That, I think, is that feature length?
I think it's like kind of short, but yeah,
It's like 40 minutes to an hour, I think. So I think
right.
feature length has to be. I think it has to be just over 45 minutes.
Okay. Well then, yeah.
Like, it's a lot. Previous years on New Year's they've done The Gruffalo, which is another good children's book. Wait, have you heard of that one or?
No, I know The Snowman, but I don't know.
So, a brief synopsis of The Gruffalo is that a mouse is going through the woods, and he keeps getting threatened by all these like predators that they're gonna eat him.
Mm-hmm.
So what the mouse does is that he makes up this completely ludicrously horrific creature that couldn't possibly exist. So then he bumps into the creature, and the Gruffalo is like, "Oh, you're just a tiny little creature, I'm gonna eat you." And then the mouse is like, "No, I'm gonna prove that I am very big and scary." So when he goes around to see all the predators again, all like the snakes and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
they're all scared of like the Gruffalo because he's actually real. But the mouse is like, "Oh, look at me, I'm so scary." And then the Gruffalo gets scared and runs away. But that's another. That was quite a prominent book in my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, I definitely don't know that one.
But now they're doing New Year's Doctor Who's and stuff.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna say we missed out on not having a Christmas special for Doctor Who, but they are doing a New Year's one, which I believe is going to kick off the next season.
That's what they normally do. Yeah.
Aside from that,
Ties into the next series.
do you know any New Year's movies?
New Year's movies. It's all those things. I know of movies that are set around New Year's, but they're not exactly New Year's movies. Like there's those like I'm just thinking of the trope of the whole, like, oh, the time is gonna go off when all of these people are counting down.
Oh yeah. Actually, the Doctor Who movie with the Eighth Doctor is centered around that. I forgot about that until you mentioned it just now.
I suppose a movie that's not like a New Year's movie is just a movie that I watch at New Year's. Show it to my dad. It's called Robot Overlords. It's a win movie. It's shot on the Isle of Man, which is pretty cool. But that's not a New Year's movie. It's just a movie we happen to watch around New Year's.
That's cool though. I like traditions like that.
Yeah.
The only New Year's movie I can think of, other than I guess the Doctor Who movie, which I hadn't planned to talk about, but that's pretty great. But most people know like Rankin Bass's version of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh yeah, of course.
And like maybe like Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Like they did a bunch of those classic stop motion Christmas movies.
Yeah.
One of their lesser known ones, which I've watched, I guess, growing up. I don't know when I first discovered it, but Rudolph's Shiny New Year.
Huh.
It's got Rudolph in it, but it's, centered around New Year's.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. Would recommend anyone looking for something to watch. I don't know where you'd even be able to find it, but there it is.
You can also listen to past few years. They've done the whole New Year's, but they've done like a bit like a New Year's concert. So there'll be the BBC will get a special guest singer, and they'll do a big show, and then they'll walk through. And I forgot where it is. It's in the BBC HQ. It's like this balcony they normally do like weather reports on, but they walk out and then they go Happy New Year, and then the camera zooms into Big Ben, and then it cuts to the whole thing of all of the crowds that are waiting for the whole thing to go down. But yeah, years previous they used to do a thing where they would go around like what different countries were doing around the world around New Year's, but they haven't done that the past few years, which is quite weird.
Maybe too expensive or something.
I mean, to be fair, one of them was China, and China's getting a bit more touchy on journalism.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that. But yeah, it probably it was just budgetary. But I can't really think of any other New Year's things. I can think of like TV show specials as well. Kind of think of TV show specials.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's nothing particularly that's New Year's movies. I suppose it's just quite a tricky thing to make a movie about.
Yeah.
It's not as flexible as Christmas.
I should at some point make a collection of like just episodes of TV shows that are based on holidays. Like actually I was going to mention that on the Thanksgiving episode there's one episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which is one of my favorite shows. Probably my second favorite show after Doctor Who, honestly.
Right.
But there's a Thanksgiving episode of that in one of the seasons.
Oh, really?
And I feel like I always mean to watch it on like around Thanksgiving, but it's just more tedious to dig through a TV show and pull out an episode than it is to just like get a movie.
I think there might be a Community New Year special, and I think there's probably been an Office. I think I'm trying to think of an episode. I know there's I think there is an episode of The Office where they celebrate New Year's as well.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of different. I can think of like lots of different TV specials.
Yeah.
But just
I do wonder if there's like a master list somewhere.
That's probably something on Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm.
Should we get into the games?
Yeah, all right.
Cool. So 2020, it's gonna be quite an interesting year for gaming.
Mm-hmm.
As you mentioned, the Xbox Series One,
Series X,
Series X, Series 1 360,
Xbox One, Xbox Series 1X,
PS5.
Presumably, yeah. Have they announced anything on that?
All they've said is that it's coming out.
Okay.
And I think there's been a couple leaked things, but nothing too major.
The Xbox Series X, it seems, the specs on it seem kind of ridiculous. Like,
I haven't actually looked at them yet. I
think I read something like it can do 120 frames per second with 8K resolution, which is just like, why? I question if that's true, and even if it is true, like, I don't even have a 4K TV, let alone 8K, that I would need 120 frames a second.
Just trying to look at the. Okay, so AMD Zen 2. It's 120 hertz frame rates. 120 hertz frame rates. Disgusting. Potential of 8K resolution. But is that 8K native or? Because sure you could run 8K, but the average consumer is probably only going to have up to a HD TV.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's just saying what it's capable of.
1.6 gigahertz with a maximum. Okay, 3.2 gigahertz. I mean, it's respectable, but it's nothing amazing. But it looks interesting. It's a good development. They've pretty much just made like a what's it called? Like a mid-spec PC essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not sure how they're gonna do the 8K 120 FPS.
It just seemed like higher than is necessary, but I'm sure they're just trying to like have better numbers than PlayStation.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. It doesn't even make that much sense either, because it's not like there's going to be much pro gaming on an Xbox, so you don't exactly need the high frame rates.
Yeah, I'm sure they would like there to be. I do appreciate that they're actually making it backwards compatible at this point.
There's nothing much from Nintendo on.
No, well, like the Switch.
The Switch Mini, whatever
The Switch Lite.
Switch Lite and the Switch Red Box.
I don't know what that is.
They made an upgrade to the Switch, and the way you differentiate them is the color of the box they come in. So people just call it the Red Box Switch because it's a Switch they made sure to make the box distinctive.
I see. But yeah, no, the Switch was their 9th gen console? 7th?
Wait, 7th, yeah, 7th. I think it might have been the 7th or 8th.
No, 7th is... Let's dig into the generations of...
Also depends where you start. Of course, Google Stadia will have more time to spread its wings. I don't know. It's it's mildly exciting in terms of consoles this year. Sorry, next year, in the coming year.
Right now, Wikipedia is counting the Switch as 8th gen, but I don't think that's right.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's their equivalent to the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, and it's just that it came out early.
Yeah.
That would be my guess anyway, is that I don't think Nintendo's looking to move away from the Switch anytime soon.
Yeah. But games-wise, there's going to be a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, of note is Half-Life Alyx looks like it's going to be quite a big VR game. Breath of the Wild 2.
Is that coming out next year?
Oh no, it was announced. It was announced, wasn't it?
Or this year, I should say.
Right. I'm not sure when that was coming out though. I'm trying to think of like other.
The one I'm probably most excited about is the new Animal Crossing.
Yes, I think that looks pretty good as well.
Which was supposed to come out this year, was supposed to come out in 2019, but it ended up getting pushed back to 2020.
It's gonna be a good. I think it's gonna be a good game for gaming. For movies, I haven't really looked that much into movies.
Another game that is coming out in January actually is Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which.
Oh yeah, I vaguely heard seen some stuff on that.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Me and my brothers were always big Dragon Ball fans. And it's kind of nice that they're actually making one that is like a story-based game. A lot of the Dragon Ball games are just like fighters, which are cool, but like it'll be nice to actually have a game that goes through the story of the show and stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, games will be pretty good. Trying to think of movies.
Here's a link of the most anticipated movies of 2020, according to...
Are they all Marvel movies?
Rotten Tomato.
Oh boy. Of course there's going to be a new...
We don't have to go through all of them, but I'll just scroll through and pick out ones that are of interest to me.
Oh, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Right, yeah, okay, Sonic. Sonic is going to be a big one, I think. And live-action Mulan should be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I've not been a fan of these, like, live-action Disney movies.
Speaking of, there'll be a second live-action Peter Rabbit.
Was that live-action? Wasn't that CGI?
Oh, CGI, but, not cartoon.
They're making a Artemis Fowl movie. I never actually read those books, because I don't know how to read, but I've heard those were well-liked.
There'll be a new James Bond movie before they change actors as well.
It's supposedly Daniel Craig's last Bond movie. That might be worth seeing.
Wonder Woman, 1984.
Another Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one was pretty good. Okay, so this Jungle Cruise movie?
Yeah.
With The Rock in it?
He's been in a lot of movies involving jungles lately.
He has. But this is kind of interesting. It's based on a theme park ride at Disney,
Huh.
in the same way that Pirates of the Caribbean was a park ride. I can't imagine it'll take off in the same way, but that is an interesting strategy on Disney's part there of like
Starting an entire film franchise
rather than
rides.
Right, rather than building roller coasters that are based on movies, they've just decided to go back and make movies based on their roller coasters.
There's gonna be The Witches, a Roald Dahl classic.
Oh, really? I didn't see that one.
I think there was a Witches movie previous. Yeah, it's gonna be a new one. Oh, expand the Godzilla versus Kong, that whole cinematic universe.
They're making a new Bill and Ted movie.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Huh.
Vaguely scrolled over for that. Oh, it's gonna be June, even, not plural. That's quite interesting.
What is it?
June.
The month?
December.
Oh, Dune.
June, yeah. Dune.
I kept hearing June.
June. Fair enough, they're very close. Uncharted.
Yeah, like they already made a movie out of Dune, right? Like, it's a remake.
Yeah, and, The Croods too. Remember The Croods? Because I sure don't.
Wait, is Dune the one based on the, that's based on a book, isn't it? Or am I thinking of something else?
No, Dune is based on the book.
Okay.
The Spice. But yeah, next year's probably going to be a good year, entertainment-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, the coming year will be pretty good movie-wise. And it'll be quite a nice, cool-down year from the non-stop Marvel movies we've been getting.
Oh, and of course, a new Lego Star Wars game. Everyone loves those.
Yeah, Lego games are great.
Yeah.
Oh, and of course, by the time you're watching the Christmas episode as well, we kind of touched on this, but, the Star Wars movie saga will have officially ended.
Right, episode 9.
They're probably going to try squeeze a few more Star Wars stories, though.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised 2021 to see Ben Kenobi. Oh, sorry, Obi-Wan Kenobi, depending on which angle they try to take the story.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a good one for us at least.
Well, until next year, Wobbles.
Until next year, Scott.
It'll actually be a good while before our next episode, but I'm sure we'll have lots of updates by then.
So yeah, have a wonderful New Year's, Minter, and yeah, don't die. Hopefully everything we've said hasn't been invalidated by the time this episode actually comes out.
Right.